yes. No, what are you doing? If you're the kind of person that says yes to everything, yes to the family gathering, yes to staying late, yes to helping someone else, when your body is screaming, no, what are you doing? This episode, you want to watch it. Welcome back to SelfCare with Tika. Today, we're talking about boundaries. Not the cute Instagram post, protect your peace. We're talking about the guilt, the pushback, the fear of disappointing people, and what actually happens when you finally say the magic word, no, because that is a complete sentence. Let's start with boundaries. What are boundaries? Boundaries are simple limits that we do to protect ourselves, our well being, and those around us. I want you to think of a home. It's like a fence you put around your home, or even not allowing everybody to come into your home. That's just how you protect your peace. That's how you protect your space. If you think of a house right now, whether it's an apartment you have, a house, or even down to your bedroom, not everyone has access to certain areas. Some people, you might meet them outside. Hey, wait for me outside, I'm coming. That means they may not even allow to be inside your house. Others, most people are allowed inside the house, meaning the living room, maybe the kitchen, and probably the bathroom. However, the limits are most likely to be your bedroom. Not everyone has access to your bedroom. These are very selected people. And if everybody is allowed to your bedroom right now, this episode might allow you to think about it. Now, boundaries are not about controlling other people. You're not mean when you enforce your boundary on someone else. They're just simple things that we do to protect our peace. So the next time somebody might make you feel bad for having boundaries or enforcing your boundary on them, think about this. Is this person on my side or is this person not on my side? Let's talk about setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is an act of self respect and self care. Why boundaries are self care? Because when we care for ourselves, when we tell people how to treat us, it allows us to tell other people exactly what their expectations are from you and what your expectations are from them. And as you may know, or if you don't, when you protect your peace, when you protect your boundary, it allows you to show up better in your relationship and those people around you, your work, whatever space that you may be part of, it allows you to show up better. You're happy, you're more comfortable to be around other people, and you can perform better. One of the reasons why we love to talk about boundaries is because of the reason a lot of people struggle to set healthy boundaries. It's not just boundaries, it has to be healthy boundaries. So, the number one thing we usually hear is guilt. A lot of the time, we have a hard time saying no to other people. We were raised to sometimes people pleasing. People will guilt you just to get what they want out of you. So, when you struggle with people pleasing, and they're asking you to do something and you can't do it, and they say something to say, remember when, remember when, people tend to say things back to you that they may have done for you in the past that can guilt trip you to do something you may not be ready for. So do not let other people guilt you into doing something you may not be ready for. Another reason is fear. The fear of losing people, the fear of disappointing other people, or any kind of fear. A lot of the time, we worry when we set a boundary, people might reject us. They may not invite us next time. They may not even want to talk to us anymore. So when you have that fear, a lot of the time, we tend to go along with it. Fear can cripple you into setting healthy boundary. Another reason, it might be our environment, the way we were raised. So if you were raised in an environment where you really did not have a voice, or if you do say something, they might say, stay in a child's place, that might affect you as you become an adult. So as an adult, if you were never acknowledged, if you were never seen, that might affect you to set limits. when it comes to other people. Because there's that little person inside of you that still wants to be seen, that still wants somebody to advocate for them. And most importantly, that little child is crying, I want to be seen. That little child in you is still somewhat seeking the approval to be seen. When that leads to people pleasing, what does that do? It allows you to prioritize other people's needs over your needs. As you are a mother, if you are a manager, or whatever your title might be, that may be to leading or you're leading a lot of other people, sometimes we do prioritize other people's needs and we forget all about ourselves. Boundaries are not about sacrificing your needs so other people can like you, love you, or the amount of people that you might lose. The truth is, if somebody loves you, they want to be part of your life, they'll do whatever it needs to be done to adjust. Now, what happened when you finally say no? Remember earlier we talked about the fear of saying no. When you say no, you're afraid to lose somebody. You're afraid that this person may not like you anymore. But what happened when I say no? Here are some things that happen when you say no. You say yes to yourself. You say yes to your mental health. You say yes to your peace. You say yes to your well-being. And you say yes to know who's going to stick by my side regardless of what I'm going through right now. There are many ways to say no. Saying no is not being rude. Saying no may look like, I'm at capacity right now. Check back with me next week. Saying no might look like, not yet. Just because you want something done, does that mean I have to do it right away? For instance, if it's a family member that's asking you to give them a ride to the airport and you know you have a busy day, that no can easily be, have you thought of someone else to help you? That's called delegating. Now, this is the no that's a complete sentence. No. No, no. You don't have to do it so they can like you. You don't have to do it so you wish that someone else would do it. You just have to say no. That's a complete sentence. If your body is screaming, you need to rest, no is a complete sentence. If somebody is disrespecting you and you're feeling disrespected, letting them know that is not a conversation I'm willing to have, that's a no. Letting them know if we continue to have this conversation, I may never speak to you again, that's sticking to something that's important to you. So the next time you say no, make sure you're checking to see, am I saying yes to myself or am I saying no to my mental health? That's for you to find out. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When you're not used to saying no, you might feel anxious. That's also a good feeling. That's the feeling of, I'm learning. There's a pushback that might come with the no, understanding that you might lose some people. But in reality, was those people there because of what you've done for them? Or they were really there because they really enjoy your company? There is a lot of pushback that comes when you say no. Somebody might say, you might change, or you've done this before, what's the problem now? Understand, not everyone is going to come up with you. Some people, you'll meet them chapter 1, chapter 5, chapter 25. Barely they make it to the end of the story. And that's who you know who is supposed to be part of your life. Now let's talk about the yes. The most important word, yes. Yes to yourself. Yes to your peace. Yes to you feeling better. Yes to you sleeping better. Yes to you where you don't have to rehearse. How am I going to talk to this person? That's the result when you say yes to yourself. So here's the difference between the no and the yes. The yes becomes intentional. The no's become protective. Yes, you are intentional about the things that you want to spend quality time in. No, where you're protecting yourself to the things that you no longer want to be part of. So the next time you're afraid to say no or you're afraid of losing people when it comes to your boundary, they only push away the toxic people. Boundaries don't push away healthy love. They expose unhealthy dependence. All right, now before we close down, you all know this is our favorite segment, and that is the sip of self-care. That's where we practice what we are preaching. That's where you and I are sitting together, where we are going deeper into what are the practical tools that I can do. go grab your cup and come back on the couch so we can practice some self-care. Now, if you have a notebook or you want to take a mental note, go ahead and do so. But I do have some questions for you to answer. As you are taking up this episode, when it comes to boundary, I want you to kind of sit down for a moment and think of what are some of the things that I'm good at? What are some of the things that I'm struggling with? Who do I have a hard time saying no to? Because that is one sentence that's really, really detrimental to our mental health when we are saying yes to things and no to ourselves. So write it down. Who do I have a difficult time saying no to? It could be a family member, the job, the group that you're part of, church, whatever that might look like. I want you to think of that person. Go ahead, write it down. Now, after you write this person's name down or the event, you might want to look into how can I say yes to myself? It could look like moving forward, I will not take my work laptop with me so I can dedicate time with my family. Moving forward, I may not love to have this conversation with that person, so I will tell them. Or moving forward, I will not overextend myself to so many events where I don't have time to spend with myself. Whatever that no or that person might be, look to see where you can apply this boundary in the most respectful way, but most importantly, you are saying yes to yourself. That, my friend, is called setting healthy boundary. So here are some boundary affirmation if you're still struggling. You can say, I can still care about people without abandoning myself. That's very important. Another boundary affirmation, which is very important, is my peace matters too. Why you think that is? Because so many times we are putting other people's needs or other people's peace before our own. So say it with me. My peace matters too. Now, for all my corporate people, learn to choose alignment over obligation. That is a very important boundary. That is a very important affirmation. So say it with me. I'm going to choose alignment over obligation. So the next time you're busy, ask yourself, does this align to where I'm trying to go? Now, there are a lot of different kind of boundaries, and I will be having different segments about them. However, today, I just wanted to go over the basics. So as you could see, you don't need to be louder. You don't need to be mean. You just have to be firm. You just have to say yes to yourself, and you have to do it in a way that pleases not just yourself, but those around you. So self-care is not selfish. Your boundaries are not rude. Your peace is worth protecting. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If this episode resonates with you, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, and most importantly, share with a friend. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I will see you on the next video.